Welcome back, Fear Fiends, to the Chillergeist Horror League. Today's matchup is a clash of minds, a battle of wits and twisted philosophy, in the psychological horror division. Boris, I can feel the intellectual dread already.
Affirmative, Doctor. We are observing a confrontation between two highly methodical and intellectually superior subject manipulators. Their fear factor indices are derived from their unique cognitive disorientation protocols. This promises a high-yield audience engagement metric.
Precisely. But before we get to the numbers, let's analyze the careers of these two terrifying titans. In the blood-red corner, we have the legendary Dr. Hannibal, the Cannibal Lecter, a psychiatrist whose sessions end not in catharsis, but in consumption. Boris, what are your thoughts on his unique brand of terror?
Subject Lecter's operational lifespan is statistically impressive, Doctor. His adaptability coefficient is high, demonstrating a robust survivability in fluctuating audience fear threshold environments and across various protagonist-antagonist pairings. His consistency rating for character recognition remains at a statistically significant 99.1% due to his iconic psychological profile and refined verbal intimidation techniques.
He's a survivor, an apex predator who's always one step ahead. He preys on the minds of his victims, and frankly, I find his methods exquisite. And then, in the corpse blue corner, we have the philosophical architect of pain, Jigsaw, also known as John Kramer.
Subject Kramer, originating in the early 2000s, displays a remarkably high rookie impact factor of 9.5, indicating immediate and profound audience resonance. His tactical evolution metric is minimal due to a highly optimized initial design focusing on moral conundrum and situational-based torture as a form of rehabilitation. His brand consistency across his narrative appearances is stable, with a high influence projection metric.
Precisely. So, we have the master of mind games versus the architect of agonizing moral dilemmas. The predator of the psyche versus the philosophical judge of humanity. Who truly dominates? After this brief look at their careers, we'll dive deep into the numbers that define their terror. Stay tuned for the tale of the tape. Welcome back to the Chillergeist Horror League. Boris, the detail of the tape is ready. Let's start with total confirmed kills.
Subject Lecter boasts a confirmed kill count of 22 across his primary cinematic appearances. Conversely, Subject Kramer's direct mortality count is lower at 1, but his victim deactivation rate within his traps is high, at 89.2%, resulting in 43 indirect termination events. This indicates a high lethal outcome ratio, despite a low direct participation metric.
The nuance of art. Hannibal's kills are personal, a work of art he sculpts himself. Jigsaw, however, creates the canvas for his victims to sculpt their own demise. What about kill efficiency rating?
Analyzing active screen time, Subject Lecter maintains a calculated 0.9 termination events per active screen minute. Subject Kramer, conversely, averages 1.2 subject reconfigurations per minute once test parameters are met, indicating a highly focused and immediate operational sequence when his traps are initiated.
So Hannibal savors the build-up, and Jigsaw, he lets the clock run out. Delicious. Next, time between kills.
Subject Lecter exhibits a highly variable intertermination interval, ranging from immediate succession to prolonged psychological torment sessions over several narrative years. Subject Kramer's interval is consistent, averaging 1.3 days between trap activations, due to his direct and protocol-driven approach.
It's the difference between a leisurely feast and a well-oiled machine. Next, weapon versatility score. Who has the broader toolkit?
Subject Lecter's weapon utilization versatility is high, Doctor, registering 15 distinct methods of subject termination. Subject Kramer's tool utilization is focused on his signature mechanical traps, with a varied method count of 23, including complex, situational-based contraptions, resulting in a high proficiency within a highly specialized domain.
Hannibal is a painter with an entire canvas of terror, while Jigsaw is a master engineer of agony. What about their durability and resurrection count?
Subject Lecter has sustained no critical injuries, due to his inherent ability to evade capture. Subject Kramer sustained multiple critical injuries and a terminal diagnosis, but his influence projection count is high, with 4 acolytes continuing his work after his termination, indicating a high legacy impact metric.
A cat with 9 lives versus a mind that lives on. Next, preferred pursuit method and speed?
Subject Lecter exhibits non-Euclidean movement patterns within the social realm, effectively nullifying traditional proximity metrics. His teleportation to target acquisition rate is 98.2% through his ability to manipulate social situations. Subject Kramer maintains a deliberate cadence of 0.8 miles per hour, often materializing directly into the target's vicinity or summoning them into his operational zone.
Hannibal flows like liquid terror. Jigsaw brings his terror to you. Now, signature sound/catchphrase impact.
Subject Lecter's auditory tone score an average 9.4 on the Verbal Psychological Distress Index, indicating superior, fear-inducing rhetoric. Subject Kramer's vocalizations achieve an 8.9 on the same index, generating existential discomfort, rather than overt fear.
Hannibal's laugh is the sound of your sanity snapping. Jigsaw's words are the sound of your soul being unstitched. Boris, Stealth/ambush proficiency?
Subject Lecter exhibits an unparalleled 99% in social realm ambush success rate. Subject Kramer rarely employs stealth tactics, preferring to announce his arrival via his signature, Billy the Puppet. His trap activation rate is 92%, making overt concealment redundant.
Hannibal is the master of the jump scare within your own mind. Jigsaw is the horror that arrives when summoned. Finally, the overall fear factor/iconic presence score.
Based on critical analysis, Subject Lecter maintains a 9.6 primal terror coefficient, particularly due to his pervasive influence over the subconscious. Subject Kramer registers a 9.4 existential dread coefficient, derived from his intellectual menace and the fundamental horror of his dimensional paradigm. Both are high-ranking.
Excellent, Boris. Now, for my favorite part, the artistry of terror. Let's talk about the elegant dance of dread, starting with stalking prowess, who demonstrates the patient, silent grace of a hunter. I'm looking for the exquisite tension of the pursuit, the promise of doom without immediate gratification.
Subject Lecter's stalking efficiency score is a remarkable 97.8% within the social architecture. His spatial incongruity manifestation allows for nonlinear pursuit, highly effective, if somewhat lacking in predictable trajectory.
He plays with his prey's perception of space. Jigsaw, on the other hand, rarely stalks in the traditional sense. His approach is often an invitation or a response to one.
Correct, Doctor. Subject Kramer's proximity acquisition is typically initiated via moral conundrum activation. His stalking phase is effectively replaced by situational ingress, resulting in a 100% target engagement rate once conditions are met. No wasted energy in pursuit.
Efficient, but less of the cat and mouse thrill. Now, psychological play. Does the villain truly toy with their prey, orchestrating a symphony of terror before the final curtain? A true artist doesn't just kill, they orchestrate a symphony of terror. I'm looking for the agonizing whispers, the phone calls, the flickering lights that promise doom.
Subject Lecter consistently achieves an average pre-termination psychological distress rating of 9.5, primarily through auditory manipulation. His fear-to-scream conversion rate is statistically superior. Subject Kramer's experiential deconstruction rating averages 9.3. His methods induce ontological disorientation and sensory overload rather than conventional fear.
Hannibal is the ultimate sadist of the psyche, peeling back layers of sanity. Jigsaw delves into the existential horror of choice and consequence. Magnificent. Now, weapon selection and execution. Is the weapon an extension of their will? Is the kill a messy splatter or a purposeful, decisive act?
Subject Lecter's tool utilization is highly variable, often adapting to the social scape. His termination methods often involve grotesque, high biofluid disbursement events, indicating a focus on theatricality. Subject Kramer's trap apparatus demonstrates optimal precision to lethality ratio, with a target dissection accuracy of 99.5%. Biofluid disbursement is minimized, focusing on structural deconstruction.
Hannibal's kills are like avant-garde performance art. Jigsaw demonstrates a chilling precision, creating living sculptures of agony. Utterly divine. Next, territory dominance. Does the villain command their environment? Do they become an inseparable, terrifying part of the setting?
Subject Lecter exhibits a 100% environmental control factor within his designated social operational zone. His domain is absolute and adaptive. Subject Kramer's interdimensional control factor is also 100% within the trap configuration. His presence defines the very geometry of torment.
He doesn't just dominate his territory, he is the territory. Finally, signature flair. What's that personal touch that separates the common killer from the truly iconic?
Subject Lecter's post-termination quick delivery is statistically unique. His distinct lisp resonance and cannibalistic manipulation are highly recognizable signature markers, achieving a 9.6 iconic presence score. Subject Kramer's philosophical pre-engagement monologues and pain-pleasure axiom demonstrations are statistically unique, achieving a 9.4 iconic presence score.
There you have it, fear fiends. Two titans of terror. Freddy Krueger. Wait, no, Hannibal Lecter, the playful demon of the psyche. And Jigsaw, the elegant arbiter of sensation. Who takes the crown in this Chillergeist Horror League matchup? You decide, but for me, the art of terror was on full display.